Chinese leader Xi Jinping is holding a massive military parade in just a few hours from now in a show of strength for friends and foes alike. Mr. Xi will address Wednesday's victory parade in the presence of Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Now, they recently attended the SCH summit in China, which Beijing has used to promote itself as an alternative to the Western-led world order. Xi is making a show of his ties with Russia. He struck a deal with President Vladimir Putin to build a new gas pipeline, sending Russian gas to China through Mongolia. Mr. Putin hailing Moscow's unprecedentedly high relations with China. Andrei Kozyrev served as Russia's Federation's first foreign minister until 1996, and he joins me now from Washington, D.C. Good to see you. As we note that Xi seems to be moving ever closer to Putin for his own expedient reasons, saying he is willing to work with him, and I'm quoting Xi now, to promote the construction of a more just and reasonable global governance system. I want to ask you, in practical terms, what does that look like for Russia and China now, both economically and politically?
Nice to be here. Thank you. It means very little at this stage. I mean, the whole thing in their parade, and before that, those kisses almost with the with participation of Modi, the Indian prime minister, which is noticeable, though. All that is just a show against President Trump, against America, but there is an important lesson to be learned, that if you want to stop the war in Ukraine, you don't fight all of them, because it only gets them closer together. You fight Russia, and to fight Russia, you use weapons, because Putin uses weapons. It's a war.
In terms of what you're saying, though, President Trump, we just heard from him in the press conference again now, does not seem willing to really get tough with Russia, even as he punishes India for buying Russian oil. We just talked about it, right? Russia has cut a new deal with China for a massive gas pipeline. I mean, these are wins for Russia, are they not? Significant wins for Vladimir Putin. They're real, they're substantive.
Yes, it's a win, but it's mostly impressionist kind of win. It looks like a win, as I said. It's a show, but that pipeline is under negotiations for ages already, and it was not decided. Very small things, if they mean business, they will decide on who pays for that. Business people understand that somebody has to pay, but it was not even probably discussed, alone decided, or who will be the owner of this pipeline. So those very small issues, to my mind, as I was in politics, but I was 20 years in business too, it sounds like nothing was decided. But it could progress. They have difficulty, all the three of them against each other, China against Russia, Russia against China. But Russia, of course, is dependent. It's now a client of the Chinese leadership. And Russia should be fought as it is on its own, because Putin is the aggressor already. He wages the war in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying, that you don't fight. America should negotiate with China. America should have a relationship with India, or also on its own, because those are great powers, great economies, and America will very much suffer from wrong moves there. Mm-hmm. So don't spread, so to say, don't multiply your enemies. You try to accommodate one way or the other
and
those two.
and again, in this
the
again in this press conference that we just had, President Trump again said he has a great relationship with Xi, has a great relationship with Modi. But I ask you, when it comes to Vladimir Putin, do you believe, even if it's just optics, that there's anything that President Trump can do right now to convince Putin that he has too much to lose by continuing this war in Ukraine? Even if he does have that leverage, I've asked you before, the president seems very unwilling to use any of that leverage.
Yes, the only thing which would really work with Putin are the weapons. I'm trying to convey this simple message. Putin is using the army, the weapons. He's waging the war in Ukraine. You can stop him only with the tools equal to what he's using. And America, of course, could give Ukraine, I don't mean American forces direct engagement, but I mean give Ukraine most potent weapons, and American weapons are much better than Russian, and either Europe will pay for that, not China, of course, but Europe, or America could also spend a little bit, and then Putin will hurt and stopped.
It is certainly, again, President Zelensky who called for exactly this just in the last few hours. Andrei Kozyrev, we'll leave it there. Thank you. Always grateful.